Right, welcome everybody to another episode of Chris and Dave's Reality TV Cast. I'm one of your hosts, Chris, and my co-host and very good friend is Dave.
Hey there, Chris, and hello to all listeners out there. Welcome to Chris and Dave's Reality TV Cast. We are previewing Love Island UK Season 9, Chris. Season 9, how did we get here? But where would you like to start today, sir?
Well, I've got to say, Dave, that, we are on Winter Love Island. We're in South Africa. We've got a new host. We've got Maya Jama doing the hosting now, not Laura. A lot of controversy. We went after Laura a little bit because of some of the things that had gone on with the UK.
You.
I went after Laura with a few things he said, and I wasn't the only one because he wasn't being accountable or being honest, and it was all encapsulated. I do hope, because we just come off the back of the Australian one, which I know you really have been upset with the Chris Phelps voodoo doll, Dave, and you have been putting a lot of pins in because we watched that one so close to Christmas. But that wasn't a great series. We both acknowledged it. It was great to talk about it. There was a few little things, but it wasn't a patch on the UK one, which is unusual because I think they flipped the summer UK one with like Luca Bish, he fucks fish. You got, sorry, I just love saying that. Such a child, 44-year-old child. You've got all the stuff there, like what's the guy called, Dave, who came back in, the redemption guy, Adam Collard, and all that stuff. They're not together. God, Paige, yeah. We had all that stuff going on through
Shocker,
through the summer, and it's been Andrew and Tasha and everything. Willie Won'tley. We had the full fucking lick to tit or whatever gate, which is fantastic. So
brilliant.
Yeah, so I'm hoping we get a lot of drama, and I'm hoping that it's within the boundaries of what we do, where we throw a bit of fun into it. There's going to be people we love, people we hate. It's Love Island, and the main thing is, again, our friendship still, it's still standing the test of time. Dave, me making you watch all this stuff when Maths Australia starts. Probably could be all over, but let's enjoy it while we still can.
No, it is good, and I'm glad at least we had a few weeks in between finishing off the Australian Love Island. I am not thirsting, I must admit, for this series at all, but it's because of that last Australian show. I think, let's see. I think last season was actually pretty good, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And whereas season 7, they'd got it wrong, I felt, with the drama. Like, some of it became disturbing. Whereas season 8 UK, it was quite good, wasn't it? In certain bits, you had some good drama. You're a liar with Davide and Ekin-Su, of course. And obviously we had quite a lot of fun with that. And the whole reality radar and stuff. So, I'm kind of cautiously optimistic that this season will rekindle my kind of love for the show.
Look, I think it's one of them. You're right, Dave. You always get that lull the last week. We always talk about it. I'm hoping it does, because I do think, to be fair, it was a stretch too far, the Australian one. It just wasn't as enjoyable, was it? So I apologise for that, Dave. On record, on the podcast. But you know what else it means, Dave, don't you? You know what else it means? We are back, my friend. We are back with the Reality Radar versus the Casamorians, my friend, or Casamorons, as they're known in some parts of the country.
Fuck you.
Let's see where we end up there. Let's see how many T-shirts we sell, David. Do you know what I mean?
Well, I'm aware that obviously we might get some new listeners joining back on who only watch the UK version. So we're referencing stuff that's happened in the Australian one. So the big news from there, or not news, but the retrospective from there was no Casa Amor. So,
yes.
Hopefully that was just something the producers in Australia were playing around with, because we can't fucking get rid of Casa Amor, can we, Chris? I mean, there were so many things. I don't know if it was a budget thing or what, but you say about the lull in the last week. I mean, the lull started in the first week with that one.
I'm building it up, Dave. I'm building it up. But yeah, you're right. I think that is an absolute staple of, it's a staple of Love Island, but you keep the fucking baby game in, but you get rid of fucking Casa Amor.
Yeah.
Like, what the hell? I don't know, the baby game was a bit better this year because it wasn't as long in the Australian one anyway. So, yeah, it felt like the Australian one was a bit of a testing ground. Like they were just trying a few things to see if they work with the audience. So maybe we'll see in the UK one. But this runs for 8 weeks, Dave. It's the standard length of the summer one. So there isn't really an excuse. The Australian one was a bit shorter. It was 6 weeks. So I think that was the decision they made. And I think they made that decision on the fly from what we were sort of watching and that. They sort of changed a few things around. So let's see.
Let's see, indeed, if the standard length does the job.
Now, Robin being average, Dave. Anyway, Dave, before we get going, not what we get going. What we're going to do for the format for today, for everyone listening, is I've got a trailer. It's about 3-4 minutes long. It's just all the contestants talking. Me and Dave are going to have a bit of a chat, and then we've actually got a bit of an article, and we're just going to have a quick squiz through, and that'll be it really, just the preview for the show. And also, anyone in the UK, that we are back on BBC, I think it's the Three Counties on Friday on the BBC radio around about 7:30, 7:15. So you will hear my dulcet tones talking about Love Island if you are available, guys. I'll try and post up the actual interview there with Babs Michelle, who's one of our friends who's had us on loads of times and loves a bit of Love Island. But when we got the call, Dave, the bat signal, you know me, I like to talk, Dave. And I was like, of course, we'll come on. So yeah, if you do get a chance, guys, we're on there on Friday.
Awesome. Well, Chris, should we get into the trailer?
Let's go.
Stunning. I'm Olivia.
I'm Shaq.
I'm Danielle.
I'm Ron.
My name is Tanya.
I'm Harris.
Anna May.
My name's Kai.
I'm Lana.
I'm Will Young, not the singer, the farmer.
Really?
I feel like you never get like a lineup of sexy men to choose from. I'm so excited.
I like to think I've got all the attributes to a perfect fella. Girls will not find people like me. You know, I put on a little hard shell, but then when I'm chatting to a girl, when I get to know them, that soft side comes out so quick.
I get caught up in the girlfriend experience. I've met the mum, bowling with the family. I've got a big heart. I just want to find someone to love. So if I'm in the club and I see someone I like, I'll just like look over, give them like a 2-second look.
Talking about like paying for it there.
Once I get that eye contact, it's shit time.
Steady, baby.
We're
off.
Hilarious.
We're off.
To match that. Nice eyes, nice lips, good body. I'm not asking for much, am I?
You are.
Guys love my body because I'm quite curvy. They like my bunda. I need someone to have me laugh.
Saying nothing, Chris.
Someone
Absolutely
charismatic, tall, handsome, muscly, but I don't like it when they're like so muscly that they can't get through the door.
With girls, it has worked out in my favour being a farmer because you've got kind of like that strong, masculine, but also that loving, caring, nurturing, wholesome vibe to it. The best of both worlds. You know, I'm super energetic. I am
masculine,
an absolute loose cannon.
Okay, can I get a word in now? I am a proper chatterbox. Once you get me going, I don't stop. I once went on a date where I chatted so much that he actually started to fall asleep at the dinner table.
Fucking not the only one.
I need someone to tame me and calm me down.
I like to say I'm a strict teacher, but when I shout, the kids laugh. Most of the time, I get a shocked reaction when girls find out I'm a teacher. To be honest, I think that they kind of like it. I think it's one of the main purposes of life to find somebody that you're going to spend the rest of your life with. If it's not for that, then what else is there to do?
I just want a cuddle, I just want a boyfriend. Like, I just want one person. Like, talking to like multiple people is actually draining. It's a full-time job. If I don't get attention from a guy, I'm very much not a beg. I'm not gonna beg it and I will look elsewhere. I literally expect
this is what I love, Chris. You know, none of them are used to chasing at all or grabbing.
If I do bring a girl,
No.
she has to be the one. I won't get with a girl.
They are part of the 1%, aren't they?
Bizarre, isn't it?
Really good-looking
I've
people,
got
Dave.
a cowboy hat on the back of my arm. Once I'd had it done, everyone kept saying that it's because I like reverse cowgirl, because it's on the back of my arm.
That was hilarious.
There's no competition with other guys. Don't get me wrong, there's wicked fellas out there. There's fellas out there with good chat. But I think once a girl gets to know me, that's going to be everything.
If you want something, just go for it. It works. Although I've never had a boyfriend, so yeah, doesn't work.
until now, I've never actually found the right
here we
girl.
go.
Never fell in
Never
love.
had a boyfriend.
That would be amazing if I
Slammed
met like the
200
man of my
people.
dreams in the villa. You never know.
But never had a
Play
boyfriend.
the girlfriend game. Yeah.
11th.
Okay.
I can't wait to get myself into the villa.
She's got an Ekin-Su look,
leave
Dave.
them in the past and find someone who treats me well.
She's almost
I'm
like
going
an
to make sure that I'm
Ekin-Su
getting the girl that I want. Put the
babe.
chase on if she wants to chase.
I'm excited for the whole experience, meeting someone new, getting all the butterflies and all the feelings that you feel at first.
I'm looking to find love and ultimately a wife.
I'm super
Strong
excited
Curtis
to get to the villa.
vibes.
New friends and fit boys. I can't wait.
I'm absolutely buzzing.
But the one who looks like Ekin-Su actually looks like the age Ekin-Su claimed she was, Dave.
And we're off.
We are back, my friend. We are back. Absolutely brilliant. So
just very quickly, because you obviously Ekin-Su and Davide was the big news, you know, from the end of the last UK season that we did, and you were in their corner. Have you watched any of their series?
Oh, it's fucking atrocious. I said it when we were covering the Australian one, Dave. I watched about 20 minutes of this forced, fake, even faker than Love Island reality show. It's fucking woeful. Do not watch it, guys. However, Dave, I have news on a show that I've been catching up on. I know a lot of our listeners are already into this, but me and Sam are literally on series 3 of Housewives of Beverly Hills, Dave. We're in 2011 at the moment. There's 12 series, and we've watched 2 series over the space of about 4 or 5 days. So we are in, my friend. But yeah, honestly, don't bother, guys. If you're a completionist and you want to, you know, you like Davide and Ekin-Su, fine, but it's just terrible. It's like, you know, when they set up scenarios and it's just so, you can just tell it's, and her and Davide are just not good as actors. I know she's an actress, but they're just not good at all. It's, yeah, just don't. Dave, I'll give it a 1 out of 10. That's how bad it is.
Oh, Christ. And from you, that's saying
exactly.
something. So I was never going to watch it anyway, unless people were saying this is amazing or whatever. So very unlikely I was going to watch it. But I was just interested. I forgot you'd mentioned a bit before. So, Chris, shall we start going through our contestants?
Yes, Dave. So,
we call them contestants, Islanders.
Islanders, my friend. So, first one we've come up with is Olivia Hawkins, 27, Dave. So, I've not even looked at any of the ages, but I just hope that it's not when all the girls are quite mature and the lads are all fucking dickhead 21, 22-year-old lads. But anyway, she's 27, ring girl, and an actress from Brighton, Dave. And she starred in Bond movies and been a double for Michelle Keegan. So that's interesting, Dave.
Yeah. So, I mean, she's stunning, isn't she? Decent age, you would say. Like you say, hopefully, I haven't got to the guys, but hopefully they're not all 22, 23. But yeah, from Brighton, like you say, I'm assuming she must have been like an extra in the background or something like that in a Bond movie. But, you know, being the ring girl, I'm getting the Moira sort of vibe.
Yeah.
So let's see whether she's got the wit of Moira. I mean, that's a high bar, I must admit, but yeah, good strong start there.
Well, I've got to fucking pull some apart, Dave. So she was a waitress in a Bond movie. She's been a KSI ring girl. That's what that comes from. However, her biggest claim to fame, Dave, is on a film she worked at. I did a film, I'm quoted, with Jason Statham and had a nice 10-minute convo about life with him. Now, Dave, if that doesn't go on your CV as like the highlight, I mean, I remember having a conversation with Bradley Wiggins on a TV advert, Dave, and I've certainly not put that on my CV as other things that you're interested in. But
It's weird, isn't it? It's a good. It's like a little data point as well, isn't it? Of the narcissist, like it's all about the name dropping and the people that you've spoken to and stuff. That somehow their reflected glory or fame, you know, comes onto you. So, I mean, Derek has done an amazing job. If you're not on our Facebook group, definitely recommend going on there. Chris and Dave's Reality TV Cast on Facebook. And he's gone through all of the Instagram accounts and pulled out the statistics as well. So she's got 13,600 Instagram followers now. I imagine by the time this kicks off next week, she'll probably have more than that. So it'd be an interesting one. Derek does like to go through and look at the trends, who's getting more followers based on screen time and stuff like that. So interesting.
And I echo that. Derek is amazing, Dave. The work he puts into that, all off his own back, we really appreciate, mate. And it's so good. Yeah, please get over to Facebook. It's excellent. Now, the next one, Dave, is Lana Jenkins. She's 25. She's a makeup artist from Luton. Now, Lana's worked with a lot of celebrities, Dave. However, and I quote, also, when I was 6 years old, I used to live in Spain and I was in an episode of Benidorm as an extra, Dave. As an extra.
Also, very CV worthy, isn't it?
So the next one is...
I mean, no, that must have been a while ago. And the thing I'd say from that trailer, so I hadn't watched the trailer before. You just played it for me then. I was expecting her accent to be a bit different. Luton is you might mistake it for being uber Cockney. The fact that if she says Luton is a bit of an indicator. So that she's not from there because it's normally Luton. So... Yeah. I don't quite know where her accent is from there, but I suspect Luton is just the biggest town she's close to.
Probably, yeah. Biggest city, yeah. The next one, Dave, is Tanya. She's 22. She's a student and influencer from Liverpool, and she's a biomedical scientist student. He was also an influencer, but insists she's not seeking exposure. Bull fucking shit.
Hold on. The Leslie Nielsen meme is coming out already with the fucking nose in it. Yeah. Oh, I don't want your Instagram followers. No, it's okay. Well, I'll tell you what then. Go off Instagram.
Yeah. So you don't want that boohoo contract at the end of this fucking show? Okay, no problem. But she does say, Dave, a couple of things that give her an ick with guys is when they don't wear socks around the house, and also when a guy has a bath and there's no bubbles in it, Dave. That gives her the ick. So I've never heard that before. I'll bear that in mind. I've got a shower anyway, Dave, so it doesn't affect me. But there you go.
Yeah, I mean, unfortunately, that's just conjuring up mental images, and that I don't want. But yeah, I can't necessarily disagree with her there. Also, speaking of accents, I can only assume she's a student in Liverpool because I didn't hear a Scouse accent there.
Yeah, I didn't really, Dave. There was a couple of little twangs from Liverpool, but it definitely wasn't a Scouse accent. So the next one, Dave, is Anna. The one that we said, she sends lads to sleep. She's 20, a payroll assistant from Swansea. She's now, Dave, this is one of these generic quotes, but you've got to love it. I'm just excited to try something new. And I think going on Love Island is a good way to meet someone. I'm smelling bullshit again, Dave, but we'll go with it.
Yeah, I mean, she's 20, Chris. She's tried everything. And she just hasn't been able to find the one in her 20 years on the planet. Or 2 years of adulthood.
That's very true, David. Now, the next one is, I think it's Tanyel. She's 26, a hairstylist from North London. Now, if there ever was a sentence to contradict yourself, Dave, this is it. She said she doesn't like pretty boys. She calls herself hard to get. That's fine. She values herself. I'm hard to get, confident, funny, charismatic, good looking and happy. I'm also a very loyal person. What is there not to love? And then they asked her what her ideal man is. Channing Tatum, Dave. So she doesn't like pretty boys. He's not that pretty. He's more manly and he likes to dance. Channing Tatum's one of the fucking best looking guys on the planet, Dave, but she doesn't like pretty boys. Fucking hell. She's gone for Magic Mike. She's thrown the Hail Mary out there, Dave. Come on.
Fucking ridiculous.
He is one hell of a good looking guy, Channing Tatum.
But on what planet is Channing Tatum not a pretty boy?
I know. It's
just. It's like me saying, I don't like, I don't go for looks, but Margot Robbie would be my ideal girl. It's just, it's bullshit.
It's absolutely.
Yeah.
Right. So the next one, I have tea on, Dave. So we're on to the guys now. And I've got to say, Dave, from a purely an observation, I'm very happy with a lot of the guys' physiques because they all look fit, they all look good, but they don't look. At the moment, none of them look genetically enhanced, and I'm very happy with that because, and also the girls as well. These different, body types, everything. And I think that's such a great depiction of real life, So, from the pictures anyway and the video. So I'm happy with that. I think Love Island is sort of getting the memo. We'll see. But anyway, the first one is Kai. He's 24, Dave. A science and PE teacher from Manchester, Dave. Now, you know that I'm from Manchester. And last night, before I'd even seen who Kai was, Dave, I got a random WhatsApp message. Now, obviously, it's from one of my nieces. And she goes, "Hi, my PE teacher is going on Love Island, knowing that I do a podcast. Would you like some information, Dave?" Now, I haven't, because I don't want to put her in that situation, because she'll probably be in fucking detention for the rest of the year if he does go back to his day job as a teacher. So I'm not going to do that.
Yeah, he's going to do that, isn't
he? But yes, so he's got on here. He likes a bit of rugby sevens. He knows Marcus Rashford. And he basically, I've got technically 3 different degrees and went to 3 different unis. So, Dave, he's a very smart lad. Not sure this is the smartest decision coming on Love Island for his teaching career, but we did see with Hugo that he's ended up going to Australia and making a bit of a life for himself. So we will see, my friend.
Just a side thing first. I was going through with my eldest daughter the In-Betweeners series, so we binged that whole thing over Christmas, and I'd watched the movies as well, and I'd forgotten that Neil, one of his exams was PE, so he's pestering Will for advice on revision. And he says, "I don't know, maybe go for a run," and he's like, "Oh, great idea." It's like, hold on, what are you? So you're a PE teacher. Okay, so I can get that you might have gone and done sports science or something like that. But when you say the bullshitometer goes off the scale, like, what does that mean? I've technically got 3 different degrees. Have you got them or have you not?
Yeah.
Right, so he's 24. In the UK, it takes you 3 years to get a degree. So he'd have been, let's say, 21 when he gets his first degree. I guess he could have done a second one, or to do maybe he's done something like sports science, and then there's like a year course you can do, a PGCE, isn't there? Or there used to be, to become a teacher. So on top of your degree, maybe he's counting that one as a degree. I don't know, but whatever it is, I'm smelling a bit of bullshit there, Chris, because it doesn't add up with his age.
No. And another side note, Dave, it doesn't. And another side note, you are not going to believe what you've just said and what I'm about to tell you. But yesterday morning, I worked very close to Media City, which is where the BBC and ITV have all their shows, mainly the BBC. But ITV's Coronation Street is just across a bridge. Now, they're right next to each other. You can see like Coronation Street there. I'm in Costa Coffee, Dave, having an important power business meeting, which basically means not really. And this is no word of a lie. The guy, Simon Thingy, who plays Will, came in, Dave, with a little walking case. I got a picture of him and sent it to my brother, and that. I said, "There's Will out the in between." He said, "He sat behind
your CV."
Well, exactly. That's what I'm thinking. If I ever go into Love Island, I'm going to have to put that on. But he was stood in front of me. And then after that, Dave, because it's right next to Coronation Street, Peter Barlow from Coronation Street came in as well with what can only be described as Elvis Presley-like glasses on, not trying to be inconspicuous that he's off Coronation Street, they're all flaunting it, but there you go. So how strange that you just mentioned
you do
that.
Love to live it up with the stars.
Well, Dave, you know what I mean?
You have cast my mind back there. When I used to live in Wilmslow, I don't know exactly where he lived, but I used to see Mike Barlow out walking his dog quite frequently.
Ah, yeah. Is that actually Ken Barlow or Mike Baldwin, Dave? Is that just a cross?
Ken Barlow. yeah. Ken Barlow. I was actually thinking as well, because I haven't watched Corrie for like 20 years or something, but who was the other one? When I used to go into Hale, like for a drink or something, I quite often see Kevin Webster there.
Oh, yeah. Michael Lavelle, yeah.
Yeah.
That's him, David. Yeah. Less said about them two characters.
Local royalty.
Yeah, local. So the next one is Ron, 25, financial advisor from Essex, Dave. He said that. So I think we need to talk about this one, Dave. He actually mentions this. Unfortunately, he was involved in an accident when he was a kid and became blind in one eye due to a football injury. So he actually says, I went in for a head, I got kicked in the face, and I've got 2 different coloured eyes, one blue and one green. It's not hindered me in any shape or form. It's a good conversation starter, I must admit. So fair play to him, Dave. So that's It'll be interesting what conversation goes with Ron. So not really any lines to pull out there. They're quite a sad story, to be fair.
Yeah, I mean, it must have been gruesome, mustn't it, at the time, and 8 years old. So fair play to him there. Yeah, I think I've seen a few headlines. Love Island's first partially sighted contestant. So I don't know. Having one eye is that? I guess that is classed as partially sighted. So yeah, let's see how he does.
Let's see. And then the next one, Dave. This guy, I've got to say, reading his bio, it's Will Young, Dave, not the singer from the early 2000s fame, Pop Idol and that.
You know that he's said that about 1 million times in nightclubs.
Oh, 100%. But what makes me dubious, Dave, we might have a Luca Bish style, oh, I'm a fishmonger. So he's saying that he lives on a farm, Dave, but apparently he's a star in his own right on TikTok, Dave. So he has more than 1 million followers.
Have you known farmers? Like the ones with hands like shovels, the one who's up at fucking silly o'clock in the morning, the ones that basically that's why we have to change our clocks twice a year. The farmers don't have time for fucking TikTok, real fucking farmers. So definite bullshit, Chris.
Yeah, well, he's got 1 million followers, Dave, and his farm-based antics are often seen mucking in shirtless, Dave. Oh, of course. That's whatever. I remember Joe Subden off Emmerdale going shirtless, Dave, when he was, getting rid of the cow shit and everything. He said, what they all do, yeah. Anyway, the next one is...
his dad. I mean, they're probably happy he's getting on Love Island and stuff, but fucking hell, that's taken him a while to get that. And you could just imagine his dad, initially was probably like, the fuck is going on here,
Yeah, it's probably just like, get over there in the corner. Anyway.
Get your fucking shirt on and get fucking milking those cows.
Yeah, that's what you little shit. Stop touching them sheep. Anyway, next one is Shaq. He's 24, an airport security officer for London, Dave. I haven't had much luck with previous relationships, so I thought, why not be in the sun and potentially meet the love of my life? Hopefully, I do come out with my future wife, the person I hope to marry one day. Hopefully, she's in the villa. Well, Shaq, you've obviously never watched the show, my friend. Get as many TV deals and magazine deals out of it, and then you're always going to remain friends. But, we've had to call it a day because we know that's what's going to happen with most of these relationships, David, this series again. But yes.
I mean, he's got the most to gain, though. He's got 2,666 Instagram followers, so on the lower side there. So, yeah, he'll do quite well there. And I guess, he's one of the few, isn't he? After lockdown, apparently all the airport security staff left. The airports were in a fucking state for a while.
His nickname is Talk of the Terminal, Dave. Don't know what that means, but we'll go with it. Anyway, next one is Harris, 21, TV salesman, Dave, from Doncaster. So he says, I'm different. I'm a new, unique guy. The way I act, confident, not awkward, especially with the girls. I'm friendly, but very respectful as well. Anyone who meets me, I don't think they have anything bad to say about me. Well. You're obviously going to be the bad boy and the person we hate the most, Harry. So thank you for that line. And we will be coming back to that in many episodes. No, don't. If you've got to say what a good guy you are, Dave, usually not.
You've stolen my thoughts there because I was thinking, I'm such an arsehole, but especially because they get you to talk about yourself and then pick out the quotes that they want to show.
Yeah,
so,
they do.
Most people, I certainly, I don't like talking about myself. So, it just sounds shit, whatever you say. But, we always say if you have to say you're funny, you're probably not that funny. But the fact that he says he's, what is it? I'm a unique guy, confident, not awkward. I mean, he looks awkward, doesn't he? From that trailer and from the picture, he does look a bit awkward. So it's a weird thing to say. If you were describing yourself, Chris, would not awkward be in the top 100 of things you'd say about yourself?
I'd probably say I'm a fucking gobshite, but my heart's in the right place, Dave. That's probably what I would say about myself. And that's probably pretty accurate, I think, as well.
Yeah, I find it odd. You'd speak in the positive sense. You'd talk about, you're confident, you do this, you do that. You wouldn't express things in the negative. So I've got my eye on Harris here because I suspect he is a little bit awkward.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, he's a salesman, Dave. So if he's good at his job, he's going to be good at trying to sell his, his thing. I do love it though when they get lined up and then people start bidding people off, and they just start like, I'm going to go with it. Step forward. Okay. I just hope, Dave, now that we've met the contestants, that with Maya Jama being a new presenter, we don't get bombarded with. There is things that need improving and it needs to evolve in the show. We talk about it all the time, but I just don't know whether they're going to try other things. Maybe like I said about the Australian one earlier. Maybe they're going to do that with this one as well.
Yeah, I mean, let's see. We've seen the initial contestants. We know that at least one of these are not going to be in the initial lineup. In the Australian series, they did it a bit different, didn't they? So, I think the guys chose the girls still, but before that, they had a chance to meet. As if they've not met off camera, Chris. But, they had the chance to meet and quiz the guys, ask them some questions and stuff. So it'll be interesting if they take that idea into the UK one.
Yeah, true. Very true. So, David, have you got anything else before we go today?
Not at all. I think, roll it on. Let's bring it on. I think it's only a week away now, isn't it? Or less than a week. And so let's see how we go. I don't expect too much to be different, apart from that little thing I said there about the opening. So we'll have the couple in, and then we'll have a bombshell coming in at the end of the episode. And so we'll see how that first week pans out.
Excellent. So massive thank you, guys. If you want to email us, cdrealitycast@gmail.com. If you want to follow us on social media @cdrealitycast. As Dave mentioned before, please go over to Facebook, Chris and Dave's Reality TV Cast. You just need approving. We'll get you in. And like I say, have a look at Derek's stats and that. Fantastic. And he usually updates them as the show goes on. If you do want to follow us a little bit more, support us a bit more, please go over to patreon.com/CD Reality Cast. We really appreciate everyone who supported us past and present. So the first roll call of honor of this series, Dave, is big thanks to Mr. Kent Gustafson, Lucky Lulu Green, Lauren Hennessy, Susan, Priscilla, Dee Dee, Libby, Joanna, Rihanna, Helen, Keith, Michelle, Gillian, Zoe, Kristen, Maggie, Annabeth, Kate, Megan, and Cassie. So massive, massive thank you. And as I said earlier, guys, I am on BBC Radio 3 Counties on Friday around about 7:15 with Babs Michelle. So thank you so much for that, Babs, as well. So great stuff. Well, Mr. Horrocks, we've timed that perfectly, and it's time to go.
Bye now.
Bye.